It's time to start Dishin Days with your hosts, Tony Moore, Michael Mattis, Justin Lee Hareld, and Araceli Aviles. And now, let's dish. Oh, hello, everybody. Happy Sunday. Welcome to Dishin Days, where we're serving up a full dish of this week's episodes of Peacock's exclusive #1 award-winning hit soap opera, Days of Our Lives. If you haven't already, make sure you like us and follow us on all social media platforms. We are Dishin Days Show on Facebook and Dishin Days on Instagram, Twitter, X, and Threads. Also, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you are watching us live right here on our channel and you haven't subscribed, please just click that subscribe button and also hit that bell notification and take a look around. There are so many previous episodes of Dishin Days. Many of them feature some of your favorite day stars, plus interviews from the red carpet of the Daytime Emmys and at Day of Days. So take a look around. Let us know what you like and what you see. Comment below. We'll see it. Also, if you need to take us along on, if you want to become an exclusive member of our exclusive page, which is now just you attending our virtual events and being able to ask a question to a guest that we have on the show. Join us, please. By all means, that keeps the internet running so that our little engine that can keep on trucking. And if you need to take us along on a car journey or road trip, or maybe you are pumping iron in the gym or planting a rose in your garden, and you just have to know what we think about this week's episodes of Days of Our Lives, go ahead and look us up on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and iHeartRadio, and where all podcasts can be found. Just type in Dishin Days and take us along with you, because you'll never miss what's going down in Salem with your 4 favorite hosts. And
is not here.
Yeah.
One is who not here. And also make sure you show some love to our former co-host and my chocolate twin, Mr. James Lott Jr., who is serving you with a full recap of the other soap operas, such as General Hospital, Young and the Restless, Bold and the Beautiful, and Beyond the Gates, along with some original audio dramas. So check out JLJ Media on YouTube and where all podcasts can be found. We all know that James is old, so no need to repeat. He tried to tell me his age over the weekend, and I was like, girl. He was like, when I was young. I was like, when was that? There was a time. And we also want to hear from you all throughout the show. So make sure you comment in our chat, or maybe comment below and let us know what you thought about this week's episodes, if you want. So, what did we think of this week's episode? Oh, man.
What?
Hourglass.
Still in the box. What? Oh, first of all, before we begin, Michael Mattis is somewhere being Michael Mattis. So, he's not with us this Sunday, but hopefully he'll return next Sunday. Now, what did we think of this week's episodes of Days?
Not as good as last week.
I actually liked this week.
You did?
Yeah, I thought the pacing was really good. I felt like they were like moving stuff along. I felt like we got like really interesting like scenes with people. I mean, maybe not as good as last week, but I actually enjoyed this week.
Surprises never cease.
Surprise, surprise. I was just trying to get through it. I thought there were some like interesting tidbits, but for overall, I was just kind of like, all right, that's fine. I guess. Maybe if we get together and talk about it, then maybe I'll feel differently. But as of right now, no. But let me tell you this, though. So I told Araceli this last night. Araceli and I hung out last night.
Did
Guys,
you?
I went out. I left my house. I'm paying for it today.
Shocker. We went to, if you guys are in LA, I think this is the last weekend, though. Or maybe it goes to the 13th. But there's this guy.
Where did you two go together?
So we ended up. Well, it's funny because I think two people kind of.
Yeah.
One person planned it, but we were.
We got
in
invited
the
by
same
two
thing.
separate people. Yeah.
For the same thing. But it was this this guy named Michael
Osceola.
Osceola, who
Oh, yeah.
when he was 13 years old wrote a soap opera because he was a lover of soaps. And so now these celebs come and like read soap opera. They don't see it beforehand. They're literally reading it and seeing it for the first time, and they act it out. And it is the funniest thing ever. You can tell that it was written by someone young who just loved the Dynasty, Days of Our Lives,
Yes.
General Hospital of it all.
A dramatic reading of a
cool.
13-year-old's 80s version of a soap opera.
Mhm.
Just imagine that. And it's spontaneous and it's off the cuff. And for those who don't know who Mike Osceola is, he originally worked in TV Guide. He started at TV Guide, is where he got big. That's why a lot of celebrities know his name because he was famously on the red carpet. He's then switched to, he created TV Line, the website. I'm sure all of you have seen it. You might not know what it is, but it's a very big website. And then he wrote a book a couple years back about his personal love story. And then that book was picked up and was made into a movie starring Sally Fields and what's his name from The Big Bang Theory?
Yeah.
Jim Parsons?
Jim Parsons, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's very big in the entertainment industry.
Yeah. So if y'all are here this week or ever hear about it, because I think it's like now, but then I think maybe it'll come back again. But make sure you go see it. It's really good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
this started off with you saying, as I told Araceli last night. What did you tell me last night?
Oh, yeah. See, I'm old. See, I mentioned to Araceli last night. The thing that got me last week was, how did anyone not go into the interrogation room as Stephanie was closing those blinds?
I know.
Like, no one thought to be like, hold up, wait a minute.
For a couple weeks, yeah.
And she didn't like do it on the slide. She literally looked at them and was like,
yeah.
Honestly, mark my words. I think that this stuff, I hope Abigail Klein is tabbing all of this stuff, because this is all worthy for an Emmy reel for sure.
I told you that.
But that doesn't mean I didn't think it. I can't have my own thoughts, Araceli?
Yes.
Okay, let me rephrase that. I think that this is Emmy will worthy, and Araceli told me this last night that she thinks the same thing.
Yes, thank you. Yes, and I would also put in Michael Rourke and Wes Ramsey for the work that they did in this storyline. I don't know where in the change of rules that the Emmys recently made that what category they would fall into. Yeah, I have no idea where, but yeah, I most definitely think that Michael Rourke and Wes Ramsey should submit for this storyline as well, because they did really great work.
Agreed.
Oh, nice.
All right, well, let's break it on down, shall we? It is now time to start. Oh, wait, now before we do this, can you believe that somebody commented, like, give it up because y'all will never
did they?
say it all at the same time? And I was like, it's a bit. Like, it is a very long, many years in the making bit. If you don't like it, you can just skip it.
Give it up.
So here we go again. We're not going to all say it at the same time, as we never do, but we're going to pretend like today might be the day, because it's time to start.
Dishin
Days.
Actually, that was kind of close. That was kind of close. All right, so let's kick things off with all's fair in business, love, and
I thought we were going to do that.
Wait, what?
I'm
sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, yes, you're right. First, let's kick things off with our top storyline. Oh, were you going to start the thing? Okay. See,
No, you do that. Yeah.
See, first off, we're going to start off with our top storylines. We used to be able to know how to do this show. We took a week off, and now we're here. We're going to start with our first top storyline, which is all's fair in business, love, and familia. Hey, Tony. Actually, I think that means F you. Yeah. So first we'll start with the Dimeras, and
there was a lot with this storyline.
Yes.
No one knows where to begin with this. I will. It starts with Bonnie's book.
Okay. Yes.
Technically,
yes.
I'm sorry. It's like we knew the shenanigans were coming, but there's a part of me that's like, in the business meaning of it all, no one said, did anybody read this book before it went to press? Did anyone sign off on anything? Like, I feel like there are steps before something just gets released by the company. And the CEO can't just say, just put it out.
Well, that's what happens when you hire a baby to be CEO.
A baby in age or a baby in mentality?
In age and experience.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, first of all, you didn't need to be in a rush to get Bonnie's book out, because One Stormy Night came out so long ago that she was able to put out another book that didn't do well. So you're not riding on the heels of this. You're just kind of, I don't know.
Yeah, it's a little convoluted. Like, that side of it is that Johnny just would rush the book through, and nobody from legal or the publishing company, I don't know. I think they tried to like cover it by saying like he was on them to push it through and like, you know, kind of fast track it, so to speak. But yeah, it's very the fact that everyone else who picks up the book reads like 2 chapters and they're like, this is plagiarized. Like, they know it right offhand is like, I don't know. It's a little, and the fact that he didn't even read it, that's the part that bothered me. Like, you didn't even read it. So like, where, like, how do you even know it's good? Like, how do you think it could be childish or amateur, or, you know, she may not be a good writer for that. You know, Bonnie has sold books before, but her memoir, not, you know.
Yeah. Fiction. And I mean, and like to her credit, like, she's an award-winning author, you know, but that was many years ago. I think when like Bonnie first returned back onto the canvas, she came back, you know, with that. But it's like, and then I feel like this is where everything has kicked off, as far as like now, you know, Johnny feeling like he was duped by Titan and to look bad. So he's like, I don't want to go over there anymore. And then it's like, well, I'm just going to stay at Dimera. Theo is now like, my mama's alive. I don't think she's going to like me being CEO.
No.
I quit. And then, and then nobody. So then now Theo knows about Lexi. Paulina knows about Lexi. Paulina and Theo don't know that each other know about Lexi. Yes. Meanwhile, you got Abe being like, hey, EJ, good job. I'm like, what is...
Well, I think Paulina's catching on. She's definitely suspicious that he knows.
Yes, but she doesn't want to come out and say. Yeah. And there was a part of blow cover. There was a part of me that wanted to be like, just come out and just come out and just say it. Well, since I kind of showed them, our lovely girls in Tacoma, Washington, want to sound off about Johnny as well, because I think we all have the same sentiments about Johnny currently.
I'm Patty. Hi, Dishin Days, it's Melissa.
I'm Myrtle Hope.
I'm Patty.
And we're from Tacoma, Washington.
And this week, I have a rant about Johnny. Johnny's really getting on my nerves. He's getting all mad that, Kate, potentially Maggie, Xander, Philip, they set him up. But it really comes down to the fact that he didn't read the book. He didn't bother to check for copyright. Like, you think if you're going to publish a book, you would get someone to do that for you or do it yourself. Like, read the book, be like, this looks a little familiar. Or, read Stephanie's book to compare. Johnny's getting all mad, but, this is still partially his fault. It's not just that they set you up. You are an idiot. Thank you.
Even Patty had to chuckle at that.
Right.
You are an idiot.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just feel like once again, I don't know why we're here, but we are.
Honestly, he should have said, you know what, my bad. This is lesson learned, and wrote the settlement check and been done with it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The issue isn't money. They have the money to pay it off. Johnny. Yeah. And they're making such a big deal. Yes, technically they did set him up. Yes, but also it wasn't illegal. They didn't do anything illegal. He just sort of fell into their trap that they set. So, you got to take responsibility for that. And out of everything they could have done, this was sort of the most tame,
Yeah.
Look, I like Johnny, but he makes very silly, impulsive decisions, lest we forget the Blue Bunny incident.
We will not forget the Blue Bunny incident.
We will never. So this just is very in line with his character, unfortunately, and very much evidence of why he shouldn't be CEO.
And I mean, I feel like if this was the show's way of maybe keeping him as CEO, I kind of wish what would have happened was that maybe Bonnie's book was going to be a success. And so it made him as a CEO look good. So that's the reason why, it's kind of maybe they were torn of Johnny's doing great, but Theo's going to come back. But Theo was like, I'm good. And then they were just like, great. We want to keep Johnny as CEO because look at what he did, And minus this whole Titan thing of setting a trap so that Dimera can pay for their near bankruptcy.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
That's like Walmart walking through Target with a manila envelope that says Walmart secret plans, and they just drop it in the aisle, and then someone picks it up, and then they just do it, and then they go, "Oh, you stole from us." It's like, wait, what? It's weird.
Yeah, this is. I mean, also what is with? I mean, I know they're trying to show this intergenerational thing with the kids and their parents. Johnny, as much as he screwed up, he runs to EJ for help, and you know what I mean. As much as he wants to take the stand of, which I'm glad he did, he sort of set his ground rules for continuing to be CEO.
Yes,
which I agreed with, but you're also running to him now, so you're now getting bonded to him even more so because he helped you out with the Sophia thing. Now he's coming in as sort of your mentor and / legal counsel to kind of talk you through this. And then we have Theo, who Lexi is barely breathing and he's giving up a CEO job. I don't know. I'm over this Lexi and Abe hate the Dimeras and wouldn't want I don't know if that's even true anymore. We're talking about ideals from 20 years ago almost.
No, I think it's still true.
You think Lexi would wake up and have a bitch fit over Theo being CEO? I feel like it's 15 years later. I don't know.
I know. I know.
Happy about it, but I don't know if she'll wake up and that's what she's worried about.
No, not initially, but it's the same end result. EJ gets what he wants.
If I was Lexi, I would be more concerned about how I was dead 12 years ago, and now suddenly I'm alive. But also the fact that Lexi once embraced being a Dimera, so and it's not like Theo is embracing being a Dimera. He's just embracing a job at Dimera.
Mhm.
That's what I think. That's it. Tony, you hit the nail
Yeah.
on the head. That's what bothers me. They're playing it so black and white, and it's never been black and white. Even
Yeah.
Lexi, I'll say, like, she's probably the best person, I think, before she died, who was able to really strike a good balance between being herself, being a good person, and also like she didn't cut Stefano and EJ out of her life at the end, but she made like rules like I'll only go so far with Dimera, with you guys, with in terms of things. So I think she, before she died, she had a very nice balance of being of loving her family and having a relationship with them, but also keeping her morals and her boundaries. So this idea that like if she wakes up and finds out Theo's running it, it's all of a sudden evil. You know what I mean? Like he's been doing a great job. He's not corrupted. He's been doing everything by the book. He's, showing himself to be a good businessman. That's the part that I think is bothering me, that it's so black and white. Like she'd wake up and be like, okay, Stefano's gone. Andre's gone. EJ's not part of the business. Tony's kind of overseeing it and Theo's running it. Like what part of that equals evil to me? Like that's
Right.
I think that's not what I'm not getting, and they're kind of pushing that. And I feel like it's kind of hollow because it doesn't make sense, and it also doesn't really make sense with who we know Lexi was before she died.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. I just didn't. I was like, wait, he's giving it up because of Lexi kinda might sorta be mad at him over it. Like, yeah, there's bigger fish to fry when your mother comes back from the dead than what your occupation is.
Right. But then, and I also feel like this storyline makes Kate and Xander look like not great, especially with Kate being his grandmother, and you're setting up your grandson and not caring at all. I don't know, that just seems weird. And especially when he confronted her and was just like, I know what you did and you tried to set me up, and now Roman is looking at her like, did you really do that? Marlena was like, I gotta go.
I mean, she explained it in a very Kate way, I thought, where she explained that Roman doesn't want Johnny to be CEO of Dimera, so she was hoping that this would get him out of the family company. Of course, not knowing that EJ had other plans in the works to manipulate Theo into just dropping out altogether. And then she explained that her first loyalty, of course, is to Philip and to Victor and his company, which makes perfect sense to me.
Sure, but don't use another company to get out of your debt.
Yeah, I also think she thought Johnny would just settle and make the settlement payment, and it kind of like it'll be like, big mistake. Like I'll learn from my mistake and move on. I think they may have underestimated him catching on to it, because I felt like they didn't really have a contingency plan for that. They were
he
just
didn't catch on to it. EJ did.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think they were just sort of expecting him to write that settlement check and keep it moving.
Yeah. Well, luckily or unluckily, Xander had a contingency plan in place.
Yeah. But okay, so question about the CEO, and I can do a poll. Who do we prefer as CEO? Johnny or Theo?
Theo.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I can't believe that's a real question that we're asking.
I don't know. I also just wanted to create a poll.
Yeah. I also didn't mind Johnny, like the idea of him working with Theo, like have them work together. I don't know. I hope we're not going back into the.
No, Theo actually has the experience.
Only everyone has to be CEO, and if you're not CEO, then you're nothing. Or
yeah, no, but Theo actually has the corporate and business experience.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely more than Johnny.
Yeah, like it just made sense.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it makes sense to everyone else too, because as of right now, everyone is saying Theo. So, I also just wanted to create a poll in the new widget.
Well,
So-
Abe should be really careful what he wishes for.
But right now, Abe thinks that it was his conversation with EJ that made this all happen. But what he doesn't realize is that he's just playing into EJ's hands.
See, now that's the part that I find so silly, that Abe should have known better. You lie down with dogs, you wake up with fleas. And Abe knows EJ. He should have known that there was a but when he started asking EJ for help to get Theo out. He should have known.
Well, a washed dog has no fleas. I just want to say that.
I kind of like it just in the just in terms of like it evens him out a little bit with Paulina, I think. So like when that hits the fan, like, you know, Abe isn't so innocent himself here. So like they're both kind of keeping secret. I mean, of course, her secret's a little bit bigger considering the circumstances, but also, you know, Abe isn't he's not innocent in all this either. But then also when Theo finds out, like he understands, of course, Lexi's alive and in that reason, but he doesn't know, you know, EJ and Abe were plotting against him essentially. Like I
don't know. It's just it's EJ's world and everyone's living in it.
It's true. That should have been the title of this week.
I mean, that's
a lot of EJ lately.
Yeah. That's how it really feels. Before we move on, who else do we need to cover in this?
Oh, should we do what do we think of Marlena and Kate, business partners?
Well, I mean, I don't know if that's still going to happen given this week's events.
I kind of still think I was thinking that too, Araceli, like maybe she'd rescind, but I don't know. I think Marlena sometimes is good about keeping things separate. I like the idea of it just from the history of it. It essentially was always Kate's company. Yeah, John owned it, but she's the one who ran it. She's the one who mentored Brady. Like, and I'm glad that they actually reference that as a reminder to people. Like, this was a cover for John for the ISA. Like, he, you know, it was something to like keep people from, you know, figuring out what he was really doing. And that Kate was the one who kind of spearheaded it.
I mean, do we need to turn Marlena from our friendly therapist or psychologist to businesswoman?
No.
See, I still think this is like part of a bigger. I still think this is like tied in with the Roman stuff. I think we're getting. I think that's what all this is about. I still think that.
I would be so annoyed if that's what it is.
I'm hoping not, but I feel like these writers are really drawing out these plots. I mean, we're going to talk about the Brady stuff later, and that took a year to come to fruition. So I kind of feel like they're doing this slow burn with this. I think this is about. I don't know if Kate and Roman are going to break up over this, but I see like a Kate, Roman, Marlena triangle. Maybe not in the traditional sense that we're used to, but I feel like they're slowly like giving us that with Marlena and Roman becoming close over the last few months. Now we're seeing Kate and Marlena come together over this possible business venture. Then we're seeing Roman get a little irritated with Kate recently. I don't know. I feel like we're slowly inching toward that. I don't know if it's going to be, like I said, a full triangle, or if they're even looking to pair up Marlena and Roman. But I think they're leaning towards something with them, the three of them here.
Yeah, no, I'm not for that.
Do we want Marlena and Roman to end up together?
No.
That John is
No.
okay.
No.
Yeah, I think that ship sailed decades ago.
Yes. You don't need to revisit it.
Mm-mm. Besides, who's trying to be somebody's like seconds?
Mm-mm.
Oh well, shit. That's most of Roman's life.
Yeah. It wasn't. Yeah. It wasn't cute 30 years ago. Would be just ridiculous.
Yeah.
Not Jason Jose 255 saying Roman is one of that old thing.
Yeah.
Back, honey. I think
the last time they got together, she got pregnant. So,
Yeah,
I mean,
20
stranger
plus.
things have happened.
I think we're okay.
Marlene in her 55-year-old pregnancy.
No, I think we are. I think we are a-okay with
We're
how
good.
things are. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um.
Yeah, I hope that's not the case. I just feel like they're going down some route that resembles that.
Yeah. And then now I guess over to the Kyriakis mansion.
Ooh, this one got good actually.
Go ahead, Araceli. How'd it get good?
Well, the part that I really liked in all of this was how Xander just didn't give a crap what anyone thought and was really pinpointing everybody else's hypocrisy.
Mm-hmm.
And just didn't and calling it as he saw it. And I was all for that. Because what he was saying was true. That Maggie just doesn't have the stomach for the dirty side of the business. It's why Xander was Victor's heir. Because he knows that there are some things that do need to get done. And this is not me advocating for unethical business practices. This is me just saying in this one case, in Xander versus Maggie, at least Xander put it to Maggie the way it is.
I just feel like we've been down this road before and felt like Maggie wasn't truly capable of like handling the business of Titan. Smart woman, love the lemon bars and the figurines. I just feel like it takes another mindset for business, and sometimes you have to do some things for business that are not going to feel great.
Yeah.
Like if the business is failing, as much as you want to save employees, you have to make that difficult decision to like let people go. And I don't think Maggie would be able to do that.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Like even say this had nothing to do with ethics, nothing to do with legalities. She just doesn't have that cutthroat spirit about her, and she doesn't have to. That's okay. But then it doesn't make her a good businesswoman for this particular company.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you guys. I thought Maggie, I was totally with Xander the whole, even though he was, again, we find out he was laundering money, which is not good, but it's also like desperate times, desperate measures. They're talking about losing the house because they can't make this payment. It's like, considering, I think I got more upset with her over the Johnny stuff because I felt like that's very low stakes. And
it is.
Like you said, it was desperate times. They were expecting him to just write the check. They could have made their first payment, I guess, from the settlement check he would have gotten. So I feel like, like Maggie, like, girl, like, get a little grit here. Like, yeah, it wasn't friendly business sportsmanship, but so what? This was very low. The Johnny stuff is very low stakes.
It was low stakes. It wasn't technically illegal. It was he had, let's face it, he is a Dimera at the end of the day. And so Xander going up to her and say, well, what would you have had me do? Do you want to save Johnny Dimera, or do you want to save your house? Like those are the stakes. And then when she's like, well, then maybe we just sacrifice then. And then in my mind, I'm like, okay, so then if you lose the house, the company goes under, you're going to sacrifice millions of jobs because you don't have the grit to do something that pushes the line.
Yeah.
And that's the point he's trying to make. It's like, you don't have to like what I did, but but it's my name on the door.
Yeah.
And he was right. It was totally something. Victor would have done much worse than that. Like the Johnny stuff, Victor would have that would have been tame compared to, child's play compared to stuff Victor. I mean, Victor was a drug dealer for
exactly like the money that he got to start his business in the first place.
Yeah. It was like Maggie just it's one of those things where Maggie just needs to kind of like pull back a little bit, pretend she didn't see or hear things, and just keep going. Like she did that for years with Victor. As much as she got annoyed with him and like left the house for 2 days, and she always came back she always like hand waved his illegalities, and so it's like just pretend you didn't hear Xander, pretend you don't know what he's doing, make that first payment, get Titan back, and then put your foot down about running the business the right way.
And the Philip thing also goes further to Xander's argument when everybody thought he was going to flip out over Philip and Gabby moving into the mansion. I honestly don't think Xander wants back in that mansion, because I don't think he could stand to be around the hypocrisy 24/7 in that house. And the fact, and he was right on the money when he said, I find it very interesting who Maggie is and is not willing to dole out forgiveness to. And he's completely right, because Victor did that and a hell of a lot worse, and she would forgive him. She knew that when you love someone, you take the good with the bad. So why is it that she's willing to do that for Victor, and she was willing to do that for Philip, but she's not willing to do that for Xander?
Yeah.
Well, a wise person once said, you take the good, you take the bad, you take them both, and there you have the facts of life.
Okay, was it me or was anyone else screaming at Sarah there, who like has no ties to the house, like sitting there like like queen of the manor, like looking down on Philip and Gabby for moving into like his actual family home? It was like, what are you doing coming into my home, or me and my mother's home? That I was like, my blood was boiling. I was like, first of all, it's actually half of Xander's still. So like the fact that he doesn't make an issue of that and like put up a fight is reason enough to kind of like leave him alone and give us some grace here. Like he totally lets Maggie have the house and run the house and do whatever she wants, even though he can, if he insisted, he could move in, or he could grant Philip permission to move in. Like, I don't know. I feel like there's things that are getting lost here just because Xander is quote unquote the bad guy, but to have Sarah sort of sitting there in judgment, like of the people whose home it actually belongs to, the Kyriakis men, was just a little much for me.
But do you think it was judgment that he was moving back in, or judgment that they were moving in together?
I think it was both. It was just a lot, just so much judgment.
Or was there judgment at all?
It was, for everything.
I think she would rather not have Philip and Gabby there. I think she got used to this idea that this house is like me and my mom's, I guess. Or like, you know what I mean? It's like the women, it somehow now belongs to like the women of the family or something. And so the fact that like Philip and Gabby moving in seemed like you're encroaching on our territory or something. But I think that's what bothered me more of it. It's like, no, it's actually more his house than it. Like, technically, if you want to say it's Maggie and Xander's house, but if we want to go down that route, he has a lot more reason to be there than you do. So for you to sort of sit there like you're moving in, like, he's moving in.
And that's why, like, Philip had more faith in Xander and his reaction than Sarah did, because he, as someone who has made plenty of mistakes, recognizes that Xander is actually trying, and Xander is actually putting his mental health first. It drove me nuts when Sarah said that Xander was one meltdown away from backsliding. I'm like, no, he's not.
Yeah.
He's been doing the work. The fact that he goes around and just calls it like he sees it, instead of hiding and capitulating and saying, I'm sorry every 5 seconds, that to me is growth. Because he's saying, I am who I am, and I'm going to get better for myself if I see that I need to make changes in my life in order to be healthier. But I'm not going to change the core of who I am to meet someone else's completely unattainable standards.
This quote made me laugh because I also saw someone else to say something similar online of like, if all these freeloaders paid rent, then they can make the loan payment.
Well, there you go.
I'm still just trying to understand these grown folks living in these houses. It's like they're either living in like the family home or the Salem Inn.
Yeah. It's all the free amenities,
Yeah. But also, I'm trying to figure out, is it too soon for Gabby and Philip to be living together? Because they've only been dating for 6 months, right? Isn't it, they said that?
I think that's yeah.
Yeah,
I
and so I feel
I
like
think
it's I feel like this. I feel like when you move in, it is the next step to your relationship, but it's also gearing towards like marriage. And I don't think they're there yet. Like I feel like they're still in a very honeymoon stage where it's like, oh, I like hanging out with him. I like, going out with
yeah.
him. I like, the afternoon delights, you know.
I mean, I think it
But
feels right to them. And the other part is that while they've only been dating for 6 months, they've known each other for years.
I
And
mean, true.
sometimes that happens where, people move so fast because they have years worth of like, I know this person, I know their history kind of a thing. So you think that there's not going to be any surprises. Little does Philip know.
Mhm. Yeah, I'm kind of in the middle. I do think it is a little soon, Tony. But I'm
Yeah.
also I feel like it like a lot of that is tempered when you move into like the family home that's a mansion where they're all you know what I mean? I think I'd feel different if they were moving into like a 2-bedroom apartment together. Like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they have a whole wing to themselves. Just I don't know, there's something about like moving into like a space that's so big and you're catered to, like I don't know. If it reminds me of like them being on vacation or something. Like it doesn't, I don't know, it doesn't come across as like really living together, even though I know they are. But
But like with Gabby, I'd be like, I don't want to move.
yeah, not into your family's home. Like I just stay
Yeah.
with my family. Like I'm already living with my family.
Right. Like, and over at her house, it's just her and Rafe.
Yeah,
So
really.
so you want to move out with and move into a house where there's Maggie, Sarah, her baby.
Not for
Uh-uh.
me. Jump
I
on the and in there.
I
Yeah.
will say though, it's right in line with Gabby as a character that she's never really lived on her own
Hmm.
ever.
And she's probably more lived like that type of life too, between the Dimera house and well, has she lived in the Kiriakis mansion before?
She lived in the
Uh,
Dimera mansion.
no, she lived in the
Yeah.
Dimera mansion on and off for years. And then remember, prior to that, let's take this back way, way, way back. Even when Ari was little and she lived with Will and Sunny.
Yeah.
She went from living with her brother to living with Will and Sunny. Granted, that was a very different situation, and it was a very welcome family. But it's just she's always been, and I don't know, maybe it is. I know this because it's a very Latino thing. You stay with the family until
Yeah.
you get married and move out,
Mhm.
basically.
Oh yeah, Justin and Bonnie is then there. There's too many people in that mansion for you to be wanting to move into that mansion.
It's only like 5 people.
There's too many people. Can you imagine everybody having an afternoon delight and Maggie downstairs trying to make lemon bars for everybody?
That's all right. Everyone their own wing. Just keep it
Ain't
down.
that many wings? Not many wings at all. Anyway, all right. Well, I think we have dabbled in all these folks' business and family affairs. Let's move on to our next top storyline, which is that took a turn. Because I'm sure that's all we were thinking with this Leo, Gwen, and Dimitri storyline. But you know what? I feel like to kick this off, fans really wanted to sound off about this one. So we're first going to start with Megan, who had her thoughts about this particular storyline. Boop.
Hey guys, it's Megan in Massachusetts. Bear with me. It's my last week in my 40s, and next Sunday when you see me, I'll be 50, and so
Happy
hang
birthday.
in there while I freak out a little bit. Anyway, sounding off this week about Dimitri, who you guys know I love. I love Peter Port, But man, did he go from "I love you so much, Leo, you're the only one for me" to a big F you and really, really mean in like record time. I mean, that was intense. And I'm not sure if that's how you try to let someone know that you really want to be with them by turning on a dime like that. It was interesting, great acting, really good scene. But man, did he switch from love to hate in a real, real quick record time. I don't know. It was a good week. Yeah. So I'm gonna go cry now. Bye, guys.
I mean, when Dimitri like went off on him like that, I was just like, wait,
That was rough.
sir, excuse me? Excuse me. And see, and everybody was all Team Leo and Dimitri. They should be together. And I'm like, what we are failing to realize is that during this time, Leo grew up and Leo
Yeah.
became a different person. He is not that same scheming person that he was before. And Dimitri kind of still represents that, but he also represents so much. He represents the demise of a lifelong friendship that he had with Gwen because he made the decision to go with his heart and he lost someone that he truly cared about. And I think during this, he really had enough time to evaluate everything with Dimitri. And he was just like, my heart belongs to Javi. It's Javi. Because even when they were kissing, I was like, oh, okay, whoa, okay, Leo, like we're kind of over Javi. But then when he was kissing and they kept going back to Javi and was kissing and going back to Javi and was kissing and going back to Javi, I was like, yeah, he's no longer torn. Like this is the decision.
Yeah, I was surprised by it. I was leaning more towards Leo and Dimitri, especially over the last couple of months, because I feel like the stuff they've done with Javi, and we know why, but it's sort of like to me, it sort of like backburned their relationship a bit, and so I was loving Dimitri being back and Leo sort of slowly moving closer to him, which I thought was done. They did it slow, but I thought like organically it was working for me. And then when he just made that turn, especially after that conversation with Gwen, it was like, it made it seem like, okay, we're starting anew here. You know, give Gwen the divorce, give her some money, maybe not half, give her whatever she wants. You know, sign the papers, whatever, we'll move forward. Maybe there's some room for me and Gwen to become friends again. And then it sort of turned when he said that. I also think, though, in terms of Dimitri, I think that outburst, I think, was also fueled on the fact that my life was taken from me. I know we've been downplaying that the last few weeks because again we like Javi and all that, but also like his life was taken, he was kidnapped, taken from Leo, and then when he comes back, it's like, you know, it's all a mess, so to speak. And so I think part of that was that too, like really letting out that rage of like, you know, not being able to like get what he lost essentially. That I say what was taken from him. So I think that was part of it too. So I mean, it was harsh, but I don't know if, I mean, I wouldn't say he's not accurate or like he didn't deserve to hear that or, you know, he didn't deserve to say that. So I don't know. I'm still team Dimitri on a lot of this, so.
But I feel like if Dimitri had some growth during that time, I think it would be different. I think what we're seeing is still the same Dimitri. You know what I mean? And I think that was obvious when he came back and he wanted to seek revenge on Gwen. But like, you have to have some remorse for the fact that you were not honest with this woman. That you played her with her best friend. Like, and you feel like in this instance, she deserves nothing. When in actuality, she helped you get what was owed to you. and also endured like a big heartbreak.
Yeah.
The beauty about this storyline is that there are no angels here.
No.
You know, you can, and I think Leo might be the only one who actually sees that
Mhm.
and is taking full responsibility, no denial for any of his choices
Yeah.
in this. Because Dimitri and Gwen are still playing the blame game. Well, if you hadn't cheated on me with my best friend, well, if you hadn't lied, well, if you hadn't locked me up, and Leo is just stepping away from this and saying, we could go like this forever, but then what's the point? What's the point of continuing to drag this on forever and ever and ever? And I think, you know, regardless of who he would end up choosing, that I think is the greater point, is that we can't keep going on like this, because it's toxic and it's not helping anybody move forward with their lives, and that's what Leo wants.
Yeah. Well, there's a couple of other folks who wanted to sound off regarding this Dimitri Leo debacle. And of course, it's our favorite gals from Tacoma, Washington, who had this to say about Leo and Dimitri.
Hi, Dishin Days, it's Melissa.
I'm Myrtle Hope,
I'm Patty.
and we're from Tacoma, Washington.
So they leave Leo alone? The poor guy was being happy with Javi. Then they have Dimitri come back, mess everything up. He acts like a clown, drags Leo into his mess to go clear his name. Then he's all fine and good with Gwen. He'll just sign the papers, which why didn't he just do in the first place? Then poor Leo decides he wants to be with Javi, and Dimitri talks to him that way? Absolutely horrible. And then Dimitri leaves, goes downstairs, sees Javi, which is the still original one, so kind of good to see him. But what chaos is Dimitri going to cause now for poor Leo? Leave Leo alone. He deserves to be happy.
Thanks, guys.
I don't think I've ever heard such a strong defense of Leo Stark in his entire time on the show.
Yeah. But I feel like first of all, Myrtle Hope not turn into an octopus in the middle of it. But Patty is right. It's like, you know, let Leo be happy. It's a mess. It was a mess when Dimitri came back, and I think we all should have been like, you know, clutching our pearls and excited.
Yeah.
But then it just was a lot, and I feel like that little twist of just him being like, you know, divorcing Gwen and being like, fine, and then being like, you can have this much, and she's like, done, and we're done with that.
Yeah. I kind of miss I still like that. I like this trio so much. Like I may not love the storyline they're in now with the last couple of months, like them sort of all being at each other's throats, but I like them together. So part of me was always like, just call it even. You know, and like Dimitri screwed over Gwen. Gwen got her revenge. Call it even, give Gwen half or 40%, whatever.
Yeah.
And like y'all three go out to brunch. You know what I mean? Like, like, you know, Leo and Dimitri can be together or Javi, whatever. But like, I don't know. I feel like I liked when it was those three together, their chemistry, whether they're, you know, maybe not fighting over each other's man and that sort of thing. But I don't know, maybe doing something else together. Those three, I think, really work together. But maybe fingers crossed we get Leo and Gwen back. I feel like he was leaning more towards that way, and she is probably going to be open to that since the animosity, I think, is going to quell with having some of this money and Dimitri out the way.
Well, I hate to put a damper on your theory, Justin, but Dimitri never actually signed anything to that effect before Leo broke his heart. So I am not optimistic about Gwen's chances of getting that money now and that divorce.
Oh God. I mean, at this point, it's like Dimitri, just be rid of it. Now, I think
That's
one
what
thing,
I'm hoping. Yeah.
one thing that we can't dismiss is that yes, Dimitri lost 2 years of his life.
Yes.
And we'll never know what that life could have been like with Leo. I do like these three together. Leo, Gwen, and Dimitri. I think that there could have been some very interesting storyline that really featured the three of them, not the remnants of Gwen and Dimitri and Dimitri and Leo and all that. But yeah, I think right now it's just draining because it's kind of like, can we move past this? Can we move forward in this? And while we were talking about this, I instantly was like, "Where's Carrie? Let's add Carrie to the mix."
Oh, another lawyer?
No.
Where's Carrie? He was with us. Tony.
He was with us. But remember, Carrie was
Carrie. Oh,
yeah.
Okay, I was like, Carrie.
I mean, listen, either put him with Javi or him with Dimitri. I mean, at this point, maybe him and Dimitri could be something.
Yeah.
And for those of you who don't remember, Carrie was played by Derek Yates, and he was they put him as the fake lady whistleblower. And where did he end up? He just left Salem, right? Or is he in Bayview too?
No,
he just left Salem.
Yeah,
left. Yeah, I guess he left, or they just sort of found him out. But did he like actually leave, or I don't? He's somewhere in the background, as Tony likes to say, living his life as a Salem resident.
Right. I also had a random thought too of like all these people that they're revisiting in Bayview, and I'm like, y'all could have had Connie in there somewhere too.
You're just naming people who were with us last night.
I mean, pretty much. I mean, and while we're at it, why don't you go ahead and put Terrence in there? Just kidding. But I'm just saying. I think these characters that were introduced that were kind of like, what do we do with them? Is like, I feel like you can utilize them in some way. They're not like main forefront characters, but they were interesting characters that I feel like if it went a different way or if it played out differently, that they could still kind of be on the canvas in some way. That's just my thought.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving on. We're pretty much done with that, right?
Yeah, outside of EJ's schizophrenia, he was really annoying me in this one. Like 1 second he's celebrating with Gwen and they're like, we're back on track, like high-fiving, and then like 2 seconds later he's screaming at her and trying to pull rank like he usually does.
Oh, telling her to get out.
Yeah.
In the midst of her trying to have a rumpa pom pom with Xander, he gonna talk about get out.
God. Please.
We also got that little hint of Xander.
Say what?
Not knowing what happened. Wait, what?
Yeah, Justin, you are skipping. You are freezing.
Am I?
Yes, you are, honey.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Is it hot over there where you are? Is your Wi-Fi going in and out?
No, it's not at all.
Hot.
I don't know why.
It's not hot right now.
Yeah, because you were like at a. That's how you were.
Okay, I'll spare you then.
Don't spare us.
I forgot what I was going to say now.
Well, dang. Anyway, all right. Well, let's move on to our last top storyline, which is Sophia gets a mentor.
Oh, Lordy Lord.
This is another person that I'm just like, can we stop hating? Can we stop being mad? Like, I don't know what life you wanted to live with Tate, but it just wasn't going to happen. Y'all didn't want that baby. Y'all were not supposed to be together. Like, I would have loved for them to have been together instead of him and Holly, because I was over that too. But like at this point, it is what it is, and like it's just time for you to move on. But you still have this vendetta. But kudos to her for standing up to Marlena, though. I was like, ooh, she's sassy now that she's talking.
Now that she's talking. I actually really like this one. I I like the fact that they're like, my thing is like, make her evil, just make her a villain. You don't have to like make her irredeemable, but give her something that like anchors her, or give her a best friend or something like that. But let her. I think that generation needs a villain for their storylines, and I'm okay with it being Sophia. I like the fact that yes, Kristin is kind of like using her, but maybe she'll gain something from this like partnership. I think. I don't know. I think when it comes to Sophia, like they've teetered with either disliking her, feeling sorry for her. So now I'm just like, scrap all that, make her a villain, make her someone like we want to not necessarily root for, but that at least we like to see kind of do bad and harm. And I think that younger set is in need of someone to cause a little trouble. I just think they need to straighten out like what she does and who she's paired with and all that kind of stuff. But I like the idea of keeping this character around and just making her, that generation's villain.
Yes, fine. Make her a Sammy. Make her a smart Sammy.
Okay. Oh, I was thinking Jan, but Sammy could be interesting.
Oh no, she is definitely more of Jan.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking more.
No, but see, that's the problem. I don't need her that crazy. I need her.
We're past that.
I need her Sammy crazy in the sense of that's her man, and she doesn't understand why Carrie Holly has her man and not her.
No, I think we're past that. I think she's gone totally Jan Spears.
I'm talking. Well, we didn't even have to go that way, and the only reason why we're there is because of those pills. But if the pills didn't exist, I would have been fine with her being the villain like of Sammy in this for Tate and Holly and that generation.
Mm.
I don't think anyone needs anyone as crazy as Jan Spears.
And yes,
I think when they toned Jan down a bit, I think she was interesting. Like, not when she was like raging mad about Sean, but I think when they had points of the series where she was toned down a bit, I thought she was very likable in a way.
Because I kind of wish that what they would have done with okay, fine, everybody, y'all agree that she's giving Jan whatever, live your fantasy. But I think before they went towards the Jan, they should have kept her at Sammy level.
I know, but that's just not where we are. And even the way we got here, with the pregnancy is very similar to what happened with Jan Spears back in the day.
But now that I feel like I wish Sophia's stint in Bayview did kind of get her back to how Sophia was when we were first introduced to her.
Yeah.
But now with this extra level of like, I'm gonna make y'all hoes pay, but in a more clever way. Because I feel like the ick of it all is like involving Rachel, and it's kind of like Rachel got her own problems.
Yeah.
But I feel like if we took that out once she got out of Bayview, and it's not and I'm trying to think if I still want her to go. I don't like cut the ties with the baby as well. Like the whole vendetta with Johnny and Chanel, cut that. Yeah. Like you'll never understand from Johnny's point of view why he was just like, I don't want to do it. You'll never understand. And even though it caused you to go to Spiral, let's not seek that revenge.
Yeah.
But
she's just lost sight of who to be angry at.
Well, I can see maybe unbeknownst to even us, her wanting a family with Tate and being upset that like she couldn't because it just all the circumstances against it. But now I'm trying to figure out what this is going to look like with her and Kristin. Because Kristin has every reason to not want to do anything with Sophia.
No, but I'll tell you exactly what this is. This is Kristin's revenge against Sophia by partnering up with her, and then she's going to let Sophia take the blame for whatever happens. She's now made Sophia her puppet. That's all she is. She's not her mentor. She's not a co-conspirator. She's making this girl her puppet as revenge for manipulating her daughter.
Sure, maybe that's what it looks like. But at the end, wasn't Sophia kind of like, I need your help?
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying, down the road, whatever ends up happening, whatever plotting they do, I highly doubt Kristin's going to be the one to take the fall for any of it.
This feels like a mess.
Yeah.
This feels like a mess and a half that's about to happen.
Oh, wow.
I also wait, let me see something. I also feel like I really want them to write better for Kristin. I'm so tired of making the wrong decisions for Rachel, and kind of, and I see why Brady was upset when she was like, and it could be taken two ways, when she was just like, do whatever you need to do to get out of here. It could be like, straighten up, like get yourself together, or it could be like lie, deceit, and we all know that maybe it was leaning towards that. But it's like I think at this point, and this is no shade towards Stacey Haiduk, because Stacey Haiduk is amazing and talented, and I'll stand 10 toes down on that. I just think the show needs to take Kristin and mold her into something else. Because right now, this chokehold still on Brady, this blaming everybody, like the way Kristin usually is. Like I feel like the character hasn't had another growth to where we're like, oh, like things have happened and now she's like this. She still could be like a little deviant, but make it make more sense. Like be deviant when you have to be. It's time.
I like the stuff with going.
It's time for the evolution. Go ahead.
Yeah. No, I was gonna say even the stuff with like going to jail for Rachel, like it seems short-lived. Like we need it to last a little bit longer, if you're gonna have a character do something like that and make that type of a sacrifice, which should be looked at as good and doing what's best for your child. It was very short-lived for Kristin, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that they just put. I find it very difficult to imagine how we get out of this endless parental blame cycle that Kristin and Brady are in. That to me, it's kind of like it's never going to end. It's not going to end until like maybe Rachel is of age when she's turned 18 and then is causing adult level problems.
Yeah, I just really feel like it needs to be a Kristin, an evolution of Kristin. I think the character growth is much needed in this situation. And again, it's not Stacey Haiduk's fault. It's really just time to take a look at the character and say, okay, I think we need to kind of start molding Kristin into this and pushing her into this direction, whether it's finding a new love for her, finding a new hobby for her, finding a job for her, finding something that can make her grow. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, like someone just mentioned Kristin and Alex, and it was like Annette Thompson said, I like Kristin and Alex. That was an interesting couple. Yeah, like that had started to be interesting, but it was just so, we had a breather of like, God, finally she's not obsessed with Brady, because Brady's moved on. We don't like it, but he's moved on.
No, we don't need to talk about that. Nobody here is for it.
No. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. On the positive, I am going to give Brady a little bit of positivity this week because switching gears, I really did like the way that Steve approached Brady about joining Black Patch. And I know that we've joked a lot recently about look at Brady got a brain, look at Brady being detective, blah blah blah. But then honestly, I started to sit with the reality of what it would look like. And I thought to myself, well, you know what? Why should we limit Brady? Why can't Brady learn something new? We've been asking for growth from this character for years, and now we're finally getting it. Why, Brady deserves to move on to a new chapter in his life. And if he puts in the work and shows himself to be successful in this and have a knack for it, then I think I'm all in on this.
Well, this is a great time to start another poll. Should Brady join Black Patch? No or yes? No. No.
I'd say yes.
No.
I'm actually now leaning towards yes. I feel like we put so many limits on people on what they can or should do
It's
that
not
I don't
about
want to be the pun to put that limit on Brady.
it's not about what I'm sure he's perfectly capable.
Yeah.
But I feel like who he's been established as a character, it doesn't make sense to do a 180 and now have him be a private detective. It doesn't, to me, it just doesn't make sense. If he was still battling for like being the CEO of Basic Black or or working with Titan or whatever, yes, I get that. Black Patch. So now we about to go on excursions. We're about to help the FBI. We're about to just him talking to Tate about collecting the fingerprints. It's like, well, first of all, you done explained this whole thing to Tate, and I don't know who else is listening, but it's like, no, like it didn't feel right and it didn't feel organic. To me, if they want to keep Black Patch going, it's with Rafe, it's with JJ, it's with someone that has been established as someone that works in that field already. It's giving like shows have that character where they never know what they want to do, and every couple of episodes they do something different. Like this is what it's giving, and it shouldn't give that. Like Brady, fund Black Patch. Don't be a don't I don't need a card that says Detective Brady Black.
Okay, well, just to play devil's advocate on that one, Brady wasn't exactly a top-notch business person either, because think about it. Whenever we mention Basic Black and its success, we usually are mentioning the women who have worked there alongside Brady, who were the ones who were actually making it a success. Kate, Nicole, Chloe. The women were the ones that were, I'm sorry, predominantly behind the success of that company.
Sure. But we just gonna change career gears and put him as a detective?
Well, look, I guess
I'm sorry, private investigator.
I guess I have more faith in Brady being able to learn how to be a PI than Brady being able to learn how to have a successful relationship at this point.
Whatever. People said no, and I agree. I agree. I love the thought of fulfilling John's legacy, but unless Brady or someone else within the family, Tate has no kind of direction. But I feel like if he was the one that came up with the Sophia plan of like, I'm going to grab her fingerprints, I'm going to prove it, we can start seeing, okay, all right, you're taking after your grandfather. We like this. Not Brady.
Except that like Tate is down, like he's Brady's son, so he has his level of of growth and plus 30 years less experience, but okay.
I'm okay with it. I'm probably tired of business Brady for a while.
Yes.
So now you want Detective Brady? You want PI Brady?
Yeah, I'm okay with it.
I'm okay with it.
Y'all sound like the writers. Y'all just tossing him. Y'all are treating him like spaghetti. Y'all just tossing this job at him to see if it sticks.
I don't think
look,
this is so far-fetched compared to other jobs.
Yes.
I mean, everyone else goes to Salem PD, or I mean, I don't know. This is less glaring or jarring than I think any of the other. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people we've seen bigger leaps. Truth be told, hey, Xander started out as the gardener.
I know.
Let's not forget.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but we watched that character grow. Like Brady is grown. Like to now all of a sudden be like, hey, partner, why don't you fulfill your father's legacy? Why don't you come on over the Black Patch?
It's not like he's joining the police department.
Yeah, it's a little. Yeah, I view it as differently. Yeah, like if he was joining Salem PD, I look at it differently. Yeah.
Okay, well, let me ask you this: if you if you lived in Salem, knowing everything that we know about the people of Salem, and you walked in and said, "Hey, I'm having this issue, and I need a private investigator," and Steve assigned Brady to your case, are you okay with that?
Well, no, because he's a rookie. I mean, I wouldn't. Yeah. I also wouldn't want him as a police officer if he's a rookie.
But he has. Yeah. I'm saying he has room. Justin, I think he has room to grow. That's the thing. And who are we to limit? Who are we to limit his growth? Though I stand by what I just said, that I have more faith in his ability to grow as a PI, to learn the tricks of the trade and stuff like that, than I do, or probably will ever have in Brady to have a successful relationship.
I still think there's nice sort of. Oh, good.
No, no, you go ahead, because I was having a different.
I was gonna say I just like the symmetry of like he's older. He's the career stuff is kind of falling flat with him. I don't know. I think they've built this up to show that Brady is not exactly. His heart hasn't been in Basic Black or in the business side of it for a little while now, and maybe he's just looking for something different. He's an older guy now, he's got the stuff with John going on. I think this is probably one of the more organic career choices that we've had. I mean, I'll take this over JJ going from being a paramedic to a police officer, or Sean going from a forensic analyst to being a police officer. Those ones made less sense to me than this.
Those made
yeah.
Okay. All right, we're not going to agree on this, so I will pivot a little bit to the conversation.
Don't be pivoting yet, because
just
how is it
between Brady and Tate?
How is it that my point is this: is that first of all, in classic days, they kind of did little things for someone just mentioned, oh, Brady pointed them towards Owen. Yeah, because what they were doing was they were giving Brady little breadcrumbs, so that when Steve was join Black Patch, it was oh, well, he did, and oh, he did. But I'm sitting here no, that don't make no sense. That don't make no sense. Now, forensic to police department, detective, or whatever, it's still the course. It still makes sense. Paramedic to cop, okay, maybe a hurdle, but not completely out of the realm. That would be now what would be a big push if Chanel, oh, I'm making pastries, and then all of a sudden she just decides, I'm gonna be a detective today. It's how you go from pastries to being a detective.
The same way.
So you're of the opinion that
the same way Maggie went from restaurant owner to CEO.
We didn't like that either.
We didn't like that.
What were you gonna say, Justin?
So you just don't like drastic career changes. That's what you're saying. Even if it fits the person, you're saying you just don't like you don't believe people can go from different career changes, you're saying.
I do.
Is that what you're saying?
I believe people can go, can make career changes, but it just has to make sense to the as far as the person.
No, I get what you're saying, Tony. It has to be gradual in terms of like we see the steps that they took to get there. I totally understand.
Like we have to understand like there were already remnants. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if Chanel was like every now and then they had a scene of her like looking up listening to the cop scanner or like there's an interest. We knew that there was an interest. Then her transitioning into that would make sense. But to one day come in and be like, oh man, Sweet Bits is just I had a day. To the next day being like, there was a crime at Sweet Bits and I sprinkled, flour for fingerprints and I know who did it. It's like, well, how you go from baker to detective?
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I'm taking my disguise off now. That's it. I'm not against a career change. It just, and in Brady's case, it just doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
To me.
Now, what I hope does not happen, because we all knew that this was probably going to happen either way. But what I hope does not happen, given the conversation between Brady and Tate, is that Tate then thinks, oh, let me go work with my dad on this. Maybe this, getting Sophia's prints will prove like I can be a successful PI too. Let's not push our luck. You're already asking us to believe a lot with Brady's career change. I'm not going to believe it with Tate.
I would have believed.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure where they were going with that one. Like, were they like he's in school, so it's like, what are you trying to send him down a different career path? I'm talking when I say him, I mean like where the writers are going with this storyline.
Yeah, no. I mean,
okay, so if he's not in college. Sure.
I mean, look, the conversation between Brady and Tate, I actually did really love to a point because I thought that was one of the most authentic conversations between a parent and a child. A very important one to have where like you give your child permission to explore different things, different careers, like, and he was mentioning, technical school and all kinds of things. And he was absolutely right on the money that, Tate might just not be cut out for traditional schoolwork. And there are plenty of examples of that. True. He could go into civil service. He could do any number of things. And I was completely on board with his parental advice up until the point where Tate brought up Holly. And I can't exactly remember what the exact words he used were, but it was something along the lines of, if your love is strong enough, it'll make it. And I'm kind of like, really? Love advice?
That's what Salem is built on.
Really?
If you got love, you got everything.
Yeah. I mean, no, not true. Love cannot, despite the many wonderful songs written about it, love
can move mountains. Stop in the name of love. We found love in a hopeless place. Love will keep us together.
Yes. Tate, I actually agree with that one. Tate and Holly did find love in a hopeless place. Because I have zero hope of them moving forward. Because yes, they're young and they have vastly different interests, as we're continuing to find out. Holly traditionally is very school oriented and she wants to do the sororities and she wants to have the full college experience and she wants to have fun and this and that. And Tate has always been more serious, less school oriented. I mean, when he first came on the canvas, he had been expelled from his last school.
What's love got to do with it?
My point being that love cannot conquer all, and you should not, and as I've said with this couple many times, you should not make career decisions, life decisions based on your current relationship.
Well, speaking of current relationships, pivoting a bit, Sarah and Brady did it.
Finally. It's got to be Dais's slowest relationship.
It's got to be one of many relationships where we're like, are we sure about this?
I hope that this goes the way of Brady and Melanie Jonas, where we just like to forget that it ever happened.
I don't know why y'all hate Melanie so much.
I don't hate Melanie. I liked the character, but when they put those two together, I'm like, this doesn't make no sense. They were best friends. She was like a little sister to him when she first came on the canvas. I'm like, no.
Absolutely.
Some of the best relationships start off as friends.
Yeah, friends, but not the way that they were. She was like a little sister to him. She really was. It was like, no. No. Oh, you're gonna put up a poll for everything else, but you're not gonna put up a poll for Brady and Sarah, Tony?
No, because we all know that people are not liking Brady and Sarah. I ain't got to put up a poll for that. We know we already know people are not feeling Brady and Sarah. What we got to put up a poll for? You want to put up a poll?
Nah.
Because
Right,
the mere mention of Sarah and Brady and people are like, bleh. I'm just letting it ride out. Maybe that'll be a great distraction so that way he doesn't join Black Patch. So those are our top storylines that we have. And before we get into our tidbits, we just want to remind you all, please go follow us on social media. We're on Dishin Days Show on Facebook and Dishin Days on Instagram, Twitter, X, and Threads. Also, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. And if you want to become an exclusive member of our exclusive members only page, please feel free to join us. Also, if you want to listen to us on your favorite podcast station, we are on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and iHeartRadio, along with some other podcast stations. So just look up Dishin Days and follow us. Also, make sure you show some love to JLJ Media on YouTube and where all podcasts can be found. If you are a super fan of soaps, JLJ Media has your fix. We also want to keep wanting to know what you think. So make sure you comment below if you're watching this video later, or keep on keeping on in the chat, honey. All right. Let's move on to the one tidbit that we have. Today is tidbit, not tidbits, but we are going to discuss our one tidbit, and that is the therapy session brought to you by the Dr. Marlena Evans Black.
Robichaud.
Robichaud.
I fear that Stephanie may have a point
In
when she told Marlena that she was afraid that the girl that Alex married may no longer exist.
She doesn't.
She doesn't.
That girl went through a horrible ordeal, and it's going to take a minute to push through that. I don't think Alex sees it. I think it was like she's rescued, so things go back, and it's like Marlena said, you're experiencing PTSD. I mean, look at that dough. That dough had 3 deadbolts on it.
Yeah, but then there's the thing. But it's the thing of that people think that if you just work through the PTSD, then it just goes away. No, it never actually 100% goes away. It stays with you. You just learn to manage it.
I think it takes work, though, to work through PTSD.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, I mean, it definitely takes work to work through, but you're always living with it.
Maybe, but not where Stephanie is now.
Yeah, well, no, Stephanie right now is in the throes of trying to recover from what Owen did to her.
Yeah.
And going back a little bit to the events of last week, which we talked a little bit about in the onset of this
Where
the
she
show.
slapped the dog piss out of Owen.
Yeah. I mean, was it advisable? Probably not. Unfortunately, I think that it's this is a case where Alex and Steve and Kayla are really going to have to take their cues from Stephanie. They can't push anything on her or suggest anything, but they're really going to have to take their cues from her and really just I hate to say like be on pins and needles, but yeah, they're going to have to, because she was violated, she was kidnapped, she just a complete sense of safety is gone. So there's nothing they can do at this point except to surround her with love and just keep it from getting worse.
What's interesting though is that this kidnapping or this thing has more of an effect on her than when she was held in a morgue. Because I feel like, I mean, not to compare kidnappings, but I feel like this one probably was a little bit better.
You know, I think the reason for that is I think it's because it was the same person. It was that idea that it's been 20 years. It's been almost 20 years. And he never let go of me. The idea that the whole time that she was living her life, that she was building up her career, that she was building up her self-confidence and becoming this wonderful, strong, confident woman, that she said that she'd built herself up all these years. And then, and in one fell swoop, the same person was just lurking out there the whole time.
The whole time?
The whole time, just like waiting for the right opportunity to strike.
And he did.
And he did. And I think that that's something about that being the same person. I think just it tore something in her.
Yeah.
Well, I like where they're. Sorry.
Oh no, go ahead.
I like where they're going with this about her wanting the gun. I mean, if we'll see what kind of development that takes. I just hope that they don't. Sometimes these stories where someone goes through with it or they tackle PTSD, they have a tendency to like, especially if it's a woman, like label or go heavy with like the victimhood of it. So I'm hoping that they don't with this storyline. I know Abigail said that she's even present time, she's still sort of dealing with this. She didn't say how or what in what ways she's doing, but we know that this is going to be around for a while. We just don't know what shape it's going to take. So I'm hoping it doesn't lean more towards the victimhood sometimes of these storylines sort of tend to take. But
yeah,
it's giving her good material. I think she's knocking out of the park.
Oh absolutely. Yeah. All right. Well, I guess we shall see what develops next. So that was this week's episodes of Peacock's Days of Our Lives. We are now moving on to our segments, and we're going to start with mine, which is Tony's official. What?
Do we have any sound off first?
Mm-mm.
No, we didn't? Oh, okay.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. You're right. It's not that we have sound offs, it's that we just have segments. And we're not going to start with mine. We're going to start with everybody else's.
Everybody else's.
Right. So first, before we head into our segments, let's find out the highlights of this week from Jen.
It's Jen, Furigal fan here with my weekly highlights. We saw new Ari. I really like her. I think she's going to be great. I can't wait to see her in scenes with Sherry and Hank. I'm looking forward to the Liam and Ari romance. I like that they're kind of taking it slow, a little slow build, but I really like them. Another highlight was when EJ and Gwen and Xander were on the mansion, and EJ tried to put a stop to them going upstairs, but ultimately they still did. And when Gwen said, "Don't worry, we won't be long," and EJ's response was, "Yeah, I know, I've heard you." It's hilarious. I also like that Johnny and EJ are kind of get their relationship back on track, but I'm sure won't last long because they'll find out, what he's been up to, and I'll be back to hating them like everyone else. I don't like where it kind of a yo-yo effect where, people get kind of soft on EJ and then they hate him, and here we are, everyone's going to hate him again. So I guess that's what they do with EJ, but I just don't like the yo-yo effect. But and Kristin and Rafe, I don't like that. I mean, Rafe, first of all, Kristin doesn't need help with the devious plan with anyone, but Rafe, he has like 2 brain cells. How is he going to contribute? But I hope they fail, of course, because EJ is my favorite, as we all know. That was my weekly highlight. Thanks. Bye.
I never would have guessed that EJ was her favorite by the background that she has, or the shirt that she's wearing. We love you, Jen. All right, and now let's find out what the thumbs up, thumbs down of this week were from Debbie.
Franklin, Tennessee, with this week's thumbs up, thumbs down. Thumbs up to Brady. It may not be a popular opinion, but I'm glad he's got a new job and a spine, and I'm glad he's moving on with Sarah. And thumbs down to this problem with the Kiriakis estate being mortgaged. If they're about to lose it, why have they got all these rich people living there for free? You got Justin, a lawyer, Sarah, a doctor, Gabby's a CEO. She's there. Make them pay. That's it. Bye.
That's right. Make them pay rent, honey, and then that way you can pay that note. And now to wrap things on up and give this week a score, let's find out what Christian Me World gives this week's episodes of Days of Our Lives.
Give my scorecard to just 3 people this week. Dim. I never liked Dim, and now I know why. -50 for violently trashing Leo's poor, fragile self-esteem. Told you, Leo, you can do so much better than this Temu GQ model reject, and he proved it to you. Stephanie +20. She wants a gun, and I love that for her. Take back your agency, girl. We support you. EJ, scoring big again this week. He beat up Theo in 4D chess last week, telling him like, so Theo, when Lexi wakes up, you want her to see you working at Dimera, or what? With his god-tier mind game. And this week, he's getting Johnny back, Lexi is waking up, and he trashed Xander's piss-poor performance in bed. Yes, sir. +50.
Did I get that right? Temu, GQ, reject.
Yes, you got all of that. You got all of that. Well, thank you to Jen, Debbie, and Christian Me World for your segments. And now we're going to go into our segments officially, and we're going to start with mine, which is Tony's official 3 Snaps Award.
Oh, snap! Oh, snap!
All right, so listen, there's no picture for this, but I am giving a snap to each one of those deadbolts that are on Stephanie's door. Stephanie said, baby, listen, I've been through it and ain't nobody getting in. And when you go out, it's going to be. So keeping her safe and making her feel safe are those 3 deadbolts. And so for those deadbolts, you each get Tony's official 3 Snaps Award.
Oh, snap!
Keeping bitches out, one bitch at a time.
Okay.
We do not have a caption that because Michael Mattis is capturing some event today, but we are going to travel back in time to
Those were the days.
All right, everyone, I'm taking you back to April 5th, 2012, when Will came out to Marlena. This was such a groundbreaking storyline, not just for Will coming out and for Chandler Massey, but I also think it helped, or really helped the character of Marlena at the time. I think, we joke sometime about how effective she is as a psychologist, and I think this was just a blending of sort of what she does best as the premier psychologist of psychiatrist of Salem versus like the family stuff with Will being her first grandchild and how close she was to him. And so I just think it sort of boosted both of these characters in very different ways. Even though there's a lot of us who think like Marlena sort of stole Kate's thunder here because Kate was always the dominant grandmother here. So I think Kate sort of got shafted in this storyline a bit more than she should have. But I think we came out of this sort of with a more fondness and appreciation of Will, Marlena, and especially their relationship. So that was April 5th, 2012, when Will came out to Marlena.
I will forever love the way that they did this storyline. I think it was just it was important to like
Oh,
take
yeah.
take their time with it. So I love it. So thank you for that, Justin. And coming back into present day.
Those were the days.
And now it's time for It's a Gift.
And this week's It's a Gift goes to, once again, Miss Emily O'Brien killing it as Gwen von Leuschner, really just cheering herself on. Game, set, Gwen. I win, I win, I win.
Let's hope she does.
Yeah.
Yes. I think
I
she
hope
always
she does
counts her
win.
chickens before they
Oop.
roost, but the I win, I win, I win expression that she does is pretty accurate in the moment.
Well, it also felt like such a like a relief of like, huh, finally, like I don't have to keep dealing with this. So, game, set, Gwen, I win, bitches. That's what that feels like
Yeah.
for sure. And that was It's a Gift. And now it's time for the dynamic duo to bring you news and gossip.
All right, starting off with some casting information here. First
Lord.
is
Take a breath, Tony.
Tony, cover your ears. Sophia Matson, formerly Sasha on GH, is coming to Salem in early 2027. Sophia has begun filming, but won't premiere until early next year, and her character is being kept under wraps. Of course, that set everyone into a tailspin. Cassie to whoever else would fit in that age range, but since we don't know much information yet until we see her in early 2027, we just want to say welcome, Sophia, to Days, and we'll be looking forward to when she premieres, or we get a little bit more information, at least of who the character she's playing. So in the meantime, welcome, and yeah, you'll see Sophia Matson early 2027.
Y'all are like, they're keeping her character under wraps. They could have kept her under wraps. Welcome to Days, but when I tell y'all that announcement came out, and I was like, why?
Yeah.
Y'all know I love this show. Y'all know I love this show. I love this show, and I love the people at this show. It's frustrating because now all you do is become fixated on who they are and how they're going to enter, because they're already, if you caught it this week, they're already starting to be like, Chad's going to come as a brand new person, and we're like, no shit, we knew that back in October. It just who's next?
Okay, moving on.
Justin.
She premiered this week as our new Ariana Horton. Vico Escorcia sat down and gave us some fun facts about who she is. You can catch it on Instagram at Days Peacock, and she also did a Days sort of Q&A on her Instagram, detailing her start on the show. Mm-hmm. That one, her Instagram account is at Vico Escorcia. That was until 8 or 10 months at this point that lead up that she had to playing Ari and how she used it. So yeah, a little insider information there, and welcome Vico to the show. Next up,
Justin, just so you know, you are still.
Am I still?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
But keep on seeing if you can press through, honey.
All right. Next up, Miss Jackie Harry has a new Lifetime movie. This one called Home Makeover Nightmare, where she plays the detective. Actually premiered this past Friday night, but it will be played over all of Lifetime's channels over the next couple of weeks. So go check that out. Home Makeover Nightmare. And last but not least, for casting, we have Vincent Irizarry and Christopher Sean are actually starring in a new movie together with David Duchovny and Laverne Cox. This one called Soapbox. This is the comedy about an aging soap star dealing with modern day culture wars. So yeah, congrats to Vincent and Christopher, and we'll keep you updated on when that gets released.
That one I love because it feels like it's going with the trend of like soaps having a moment, and GH's Laura Wright is also cast in that. Makes an appearance in that. So congratulations to all involved in that project. It looks really good.
Well, you said who is a part of it?
Laura Wright from General Hospital.
Oh, yes. Oh my God. Never mind. I'm not even going to bring that up because it was like one of those like spoofy, like rant, like those like clickbait kind of things. Never mind. Anyway.
Okay.
Continue.
Great. And in other news, congratulations to Annalyn McCord on her engagement to her now fiance, Danny Cipriani. Annalyn spoke with People in an exclusive and revealed how she and the former rugby player were engaged since actually this past Christmas. So you can check out their story and exclusive photos at people.com. They've actually got a really sweet love story that I love. It's like love coming back around. It's beautiful. And then happy birthday to our friends to the show, Mr. Peter Porte, Miss Ashley Puzemis, and Lamone Archie, who celebrated their birthdays over the last 2 weeks, with Lamone celebrating his by doing some under the house construction work. You can see how he basically looked like he was going to the moon himself.
If I was going under there too, I would have for sure looked just like Lamone.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's an experience for sure. And then some of your favorite Salamites sat down to give us their take on what their characters would be doing on spring break. Everything from Girls Gone Wild to Mykonos, taking a nap or lounging by the pool. So you can catch their answers at Days Peacock at our Days social media channel. And Days social media also has debuted a new segment titled Tattoo Tours, where the stars, starting off with Leo Howard as the first participant, gives a full rundown of his many tattoos, where they're located, and the meaning behind them. And you can also check out Al Calderon's new full-length music video for his new single, Smoke, which you can check out. The video premiered on his YouTube channel this past week. And I think also, Kirsten Boatman also has a new song out that came out this past week as well. So yeah, that's new singles from our Days guys. So congratulations to both.
Cool. And event news, we just want to highlight Hoagie's Home Runners again. This is the second annual Hoagie's Home Runners Pan-Can Purple Stride Cancer Walk in honor of Drake Hogestyn. It's Stephen Nichols, Martha Madison, and Eric Martzoff are cheering again, and they would love for you to join them in the walk. A goal has been set for 75,000. We are a little bit more than halfway there. Again, takes place Saturday morning, April 25th at the Santa Monica Pier. If in LA, come down and walk, or you can find a Pan-Can Walk in your area that is happening that Saturday. Registration is free, and information on the walk and fundraising links are in the bio of Instagram account. Stevens at Steven_E_Nichols and Martha Madsen at Marth27. And then we also have Carrie Hales Patterson released the song Nowhere. It's a tribute to the late Drake Hogestyn. Be sure to stream the song, as Carrie will donate 100% of its proceeds to the Pan-Can Walk in honor of Drake. She got the chance to sing with Drake, I guess, a few years ago, and the song is her way of honoring him. So be sure to stream the song Nowhere by Carrie Hales Patterson on all music streaming platforms. So go check that out.
That is the sweetest tribute ever.
Mm-hmm. And the song, I listened to the song too. It is actually really good. Yeah.
And we have a lot of upcoming events to tell you about since we've been off the air for 2 weeks. So let's just zip through them. The first is the Girls Just Want to Have Fun cocktail Q&A with Elia Cantu and Abigail Klein. This will take place on Sunday, May 3rd. Then we have the Lunch and Laugh event with Peter Porte and Kyle Lauder on June 27th in Montreal. Lindsay Godfrey's birthday party with Paul Telfer on July 11th in Montreal. The Star Image Entertainment is teaming up also with the Day Players Band once again for a special concert and exclusive after party. This will take place on Saturday, September 12th in Niagara Falls, Ontario. And then there is a Nashville concert, a dinner and karaoke party to take place on October 3rd in Nashville. These are all a Star Image Entertainment's events. So for tickets and info, go to Eventbrite and search Star Image Entertainment.
All right, Justin, when you do this, not so fast, huh?
Sorry. It's a lot.
Next up for the Starstruck fan events, we have their Family Ties event. This one is taking place in Morristown, New Jersey on April 25th through 26th of this year. Then we have the Yesterdays at the Rock. This is a blast from the past, so the 80s and 90s party. This one is taking place weekend of June 13th to 14th of this year in Stone Mountain, Georgia. Then we, of course, have the Somewhere in Time event. This one is actually taking place the weekend of August 29th to the 30th. This was from Michigan. Sorry.
Ooh,
Michigan.
you froze.
Did I?
Yeah.
Mackinac Island in Michigan.
Yeah.
Weekend of August 29th through 30th. This is the Somewhere in Time event. Then, of course, we have the annual Oktoberfest Halloween party weekend. This one taking place October 24th through 26th of this year, of course, in Kissimmee, Florida, right near Orlando. And then all tickets and info for all Starstruck fan events, you can go to starstruckfanevents.com.
And once again, the Day Players are continuing to add new dates for their tour. These are going to be from now, April of this year through November. And they are going to hit the following states: New York, Virginia, Pennsylvania, Ohio, Michigan, Tennessee, Kentucky, and New Jersey. So if you are in the state, in the area, and you want to go see them, go ahead and take the opportunity because they are hitting the road for a lot of dates in the next few months. For tickets and information, go to thedayplayersband.com.
Whew, and that was news and gossip. And now let's see what is coming up on this week's episodes of Peacock's exclusive #1 award-winning hit soap opera, Days of Our Lives.
Next week on Days of Our Lives.
Stephanie! Steph!
It's not good for you to be around a guy like me. I wanted to be with you. It was always you.
Lexi? What about her?
She's alive.
Family is and will always be my priority.
I have a plan. I may need some additional resources.
We're just seeing how long you drag that out.
Oh, I could have went longer. Well, it looks like next week is going to be a week. Hopefully they didn't show all the good stuff in that 30-second promo. Now, why would he tell Marlena? Okay, anyway, well, we're going to find out next week. So make sure y'all come back next week to find out our thoughts on this coming week's episodes of Days of Our Lives. But before we head out, Justin Lee Hareld, where can they find you?
Sorry. Find me at Justin Lee on Instagram at Justin Lee Hareld.
You can't find the button, can you? There we go.
I wasn't even. Yeah.
Araceli, where can they find you?
You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Tia323 Araceli.
You can find also Michael Mattis on Instagram and X, ML Mattis, and MLM Images LA for all of his red carpet and event photos. And you can find me on all social media platforms at Lounger with Tony. You can find us at Dishin Days Show on Facebook and Dishin Days on Instagram, Twitter, X, and Threads. Thank you guys so much for tuning in this week. We'll be back live and in living color next Sunday, 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, to give you a full dish of this coming week's episodes of Peacock's exclusive #1 award-winning hit soap opera, Days of Our Lives. Until then, have a wonderful week. Enjoy yourself. And hey, don't forget, if you want to sound off, make sure you send us your 30-second video with your name and your thoughts, or an audio, just an audio if you don't want to be on camera, to fanmaildd@gmail.com so that we can see you on our next sound off and hear your thoughts. We'll see you back here next week. Bye, everybody.